My dear students, I welcome all of you for today's session on system modeling and simulation. In previous session, I hope all of you are clear with what and all the topics, concepts we have discussed in previous session. Okay, I think no doubts with respect to previous session topics. Okay, so let me recapture what we have discussed in previous session. Okay, so first we had a discussion about what actually simulation is. So hope everyone remember simulation is nothing but imitation of the operation of a real world process or a system over time. Clear? So hope everyone remember simulation is nothing but an imitation. Got it? So also we had a discussion about something known as model. I've given a best example, simple example for model, right? Like a building plan, okay? That building plan before constructing an house. So what actually model is nothing but some representation of a system, okay? In model, why we need model? To study the behavior of a system as it evolves over time. And we are we have come to know there are two types of models. So you remember mathematical model and computer based model. Clear? So you know both advantage and disadvantage of mathematical and computer based model. Later we had a discussion about when we need to go for simulation, means in what situation simulation will be appropriate. Okay, we had a discussion when to go for simulation. Also, we had a discussion about when simulation is not appropriate, when simulation is not recommended. Clear? So these are the topics we had discussed in previous session. So now let me have a look at the agenda of today's session. So in today's session, okay, first we will have a discussion about advantages and disadvantages of simulation. Okay, what are the advantages of simulation? What are the disadvantages of simulation? You should not get confused with appropriate, not appropriate. Okay, clear? So at the last, once we have a discussion about advantages and disadvantages, we will have a discussion about some areas of application. Means uh, where we are going to apply simulation. Got it? So and then after having a look at some of the applications of simulation, we'll wind up the session. So now coming to advantages. Okay, coming to advantages and disadvantages of simulation. Okay, clear. So first thing, okay, simulation. Okay, let me tell you. Let me give a brief introduction. Okay, about how it appears, how what makes simulation to appear to attract client. Okay, what makes simulation to attract client? Okay, so simulation is very attractive to client because it imitates what happens in a real system. Okay, simulation attracts to each and every client because it imitates what happens in a real system or what is perceived for a system that is in the design stage. Okay, clear? So next, the output data from simulation. Okay, the output data, what we are going to get from simulation, got it? Is nothing but the exact output what we are going to get from the real system. One thing you need to remember, the output data, what we are going to get from a simulation, should correspond to outputs that will be recorded from a real system. Got it? So the output what we are going to get from real system and the output what we are going to get from simulation should not differ. Got it? The output from simulation as well as output from real system should correspond to each other. Okay. And while simulation, okay, you should not think because in okay, when we simulate a model, okay, simulate a system, okay, what we used to give, we used to assume we will have some set of assumptions, okay. We should not run the simulation with the same set of assumptions. Means in that case, you will come. What you will think, my simulation is running successfully, works successfully only for that set of assumptions. Okay, you should not interpret like that. Got it? So simulation model of a system can be run without any doubt. Okay, or mathematical can be run without any doubt. Okay, clear? So now one thing you need to remember, just have a look at the slide. What I said, when I compare to optimization models, what I'm going to say, simulation models are run rather than solved mathematically, solved by hand. Got it? So simulation models will be run. We have a simulation software. Okay, we can make use of simulation software. We can develop a model for a real system, and we can run that simulation model. Okay, given a set of inputs and model characteristics, the model is run and the simulated behavior is observed. Okay, means changing inputs and model characteristics result in a set of scenarios that are evaluated. Means when I change the input and run and the model characteristics, they will result in some set of scenarios that can be evaluated. See, before I implement a real system, okay, we need to, a good solution is that either in the analysis of an existing system or in the design of a new system, okay, simulation should be done first, then a real system should be implemented. Got it? So now, clear with this, one thing you remember, simulation models are run rather than solved. Now we'll look at some advantages. Okay. Now coming to, there are very the list of advantages. Okay. Now first few things which you can remember easily. Let me tell you this. Okay. So one the very easy is that what if questions can be answered. What if questions means, see here what I said in last session. Okay. Suppose you have developed a real system. Okay, you have developed implemented a real system. Now you want to make some changes. Okay, changes to some parameters. Later you will analyze that. Okay, suppose it has a negative impact on the real system, then the time and effort was wasted. Okay, so what we can do, before implementing a real system, I have designed a simulation model. So let me change the parameters with respect to simulation model and let me observe that. Is there any negative impact? Or if any client has some questions, what if questions, we can answer with answer through the simulation model rather than on working with the real system. Got it? Next, insight can be obtained about interaction of variables and important variables to the performance. Okay, so see here, the advantage is that before implementing a real system, I have a simulation model, right? So in that simulation model, I can observe, in that simulation model, I can observe some parameters, okay, or some variables, how they interact together, and how those parameters or variables Okay, important towards performance of a system. Means with simulation, I can have an insight. I can have a deeper look. I can have an insight about interaction of variables, how the variables will interact, and how those variables are important towards performance of a system. Got it? So now, one more advantage. Okay, let me tell you a second. See, have a look at the second point. Okay, second advantage. What I say, new hardware designs, physical layouts, transportation systems can be tested without committing resources for the acquisition. I mean to say, when we are going to build a project, okay, when you are going to build a project, suppose I want to acquire some hardware resource. Suppose I want to acquire some hardware resources or software resources. Acquiring software resources involves some expenditures. Got it? So we need to buy an hardware resource. For buying an hardware resource, I need to pay. Clear? So suppose if I find after implementing in the real system, okay, integrating that hardware in the real system, if I find hardware is having some flaws, I mean hardware is of less importance with respect to that system. Got it? So I have simply unnecessarily wasted an amount towards acquiring resource. Got it? So rather than buying a resource and integrating it with the real system, let me make use of virtual resource in a simulation mode. And let me have a look at that. Got it? Clear? So the advantage of simulation is that we need not have to go and procure the real resource. Got it? We can make use of virtual resource. Next, new policies, operating procedures, information flows, and so on can be explored without disrupting ongoing operation of the real system. So do you remember yesterday I said, suppose I want my students to learn about a real system, okay? I won't allow them to work with the real system or experiment with the real system because they might damage the real system. But they need to learn about the system. So what in that case, what I'll do, I will provide them a simulated model of a real system. They will work with the simulated model, and they will come to know about operating procedures, how the information is going to flow in a system, and so on. Can be explored without interrupting the operation of a real system. Got it? So now, suppose I want to speed up, I can compress the time. Time can be reduced. Okay. Suppose I want to slow it down, I can expand that. And one thing very important is that bottleneck. So what actually bottleneck? So I think everyone might have heard about bottleneck. Okay. So bottleneck is that particular situation where you might see your system might get halt. Okay, I mean, let me say when you are working with your system, okay, sometimes your system might get hang. So what made your system to get hang? So in that case, what you need to do, you need to abort every operation and you need to restart your system. So what's the drawback here? You might have been in some critical work, okay, or you might have done majority of the work. Now restarting your laptop makes you to start your work afresh. You need to start from beginning. Got it? So I mean, what is that cause? What is that cause that has made the system to get hang? Okay, or sometimes we call the network is congested, right? Got it? So bottleneck means it's the worst case. Okay, let me say bottleneck means a situation which causes system operation to get abort or system operation to get false. Got it? So what I said, okay, in real system, okay, suppose in real system, I rather than working with the real system, okay, and if I want to check what may the cases that bottleneck may arise, okay, I need to stop my priority works. Clear? I mean, I want to disrupt the ongoing operation of real system. So I don't want to disrupt the ongoing operation of real system. So this bottleneck analysis, I can perform on simulation model. Clear with this? So I think you got with this. Okay. So next, a simulation study will help in understanding how the system operates. Okay. So you have developed a simulation model and you're working with the simulation model, right? So you will have an insight. You will come to know how that real system for which you have implemented a simulation model is really going to operate. I mean, if there are subsystem within the system, how the subsystem will interact. What are the variables which are key to the performance of a system? Answer clear. So I think I discussed all the advantages, right? So the first thing I repeat again, new policies, operating procedures, information flows, and so on can be explored without disrupting ongoing operation of the real system. What I said, for an example, I want to make my students to learn with the real system. They may damage, they may interrupt the operation of real system. So what I'll do, I will make them to learn with the simulated model of the real system. So next, new hardware designs, physical layouts, transportation systems, and so on can be tested without committing resources for the acquisition. So what I said, suppose, and for an example, if mine is an hardware project, okay, procuring an hardware, I need to pay an amount. Later, if I, after integrating with the real system, if I find this hardware lacks with respect to performance, okay, then hardware is of no use. Got it? So unnecessarily spent an amount towards procuring an hardware. That's a resource. So in simulated model, we need not have to procure an hardware. We can make use of virtual resource. Okay. So I said, suppose if I want to speed up, I can compress the time. If I want to slow down, I can expand the time. And what I said, through simulation model, you can have an insight. Okay, you can observe which variables will interact frequently, and what are the important variables, which are the important variables towards the performance of the system. Next, bottleneck analysis. Bottleneck analysis, what I said. Sometimes you might have come across a situation. Okay, almost everyone would have come across the situation when they are working with a laptop or a desktop. Their system might got hanged. The system got hanged means the system they are not able to continue further with the ongoing work. Yeah, they need to abort all the operation. They need to restart the system. Okay, the cause that made the system to get hanged we call a bottleneck. So this bottleneck analysis, we for any particular real system, okay, we have simulated a model, right? So what are the cases that may result in bottleneck analysis for a real system? We can study in a simulated model. Next, as usual, simulation helps in understanding how the system operates. And I said, if any questions are there for a client, they can question and they get clarified. So now we'll have a look at disadvantages of simulation. So coming to simulation, okay, I think you guys have learned the network simulator in last semester, NS2 or NS3. You might have found a bit difficult, but later you might have become thorough. Got it? So means even simulation is a language. It's like a programming language, high level programming language, some programming language. So in order to become expert in any programming language, you need to undergo training in that particular language, right? Similarly, model building requires special training. Model building requires special training. Okay. So what I need to say is simulation is an art. Simulation is an art that is learned over time. It requires some time for you to learn and through experience. Yeah. So I mean, one advantage, what actually stated is it's a disadvantage. It requires special training. Okay. So, but nowadays, what vendors have done is they have implemented a simulation software. Okay, that have been actively developing packages that contains models that need only input data. I mean to say, what I said, disadvantage is model building requires special training. But at present, I say this is not a disadvantage because vendors have come up with the simulation software. Vendors have come up with the simulation software, okay, where I can make use of just drag and drop. I need not have to code, just drag and drop. Or simulation software have been actively developing packages, okay, that contains models that for that model you just need to give an input. You just need to specify just an input, okay. You need not have to write the code for the operation. You just specify an input. Your model is going to run, got it, and it's going to produce an output. Okay. So next disadvantage is that simulation results are difficult to interpret. Why? See, when I run a simulation model, I'm getting some output. I'm getting some result. So the disadvantage it says that we are not able to understand that result. Okay. So let me tell you. Let me give you a simple example. In your networks lab, in simulation part, you might have observed output was in the form of a graph. Okay, usually simulation output will be in the form of a graph. So you need is not a number, it's not a sentence. Output is not a number or sentence. Okay, it's in the usually it's in the form of a graph. So we say that simulation results are difficult to interpret because you need to have a capability to analyze what that graph represents. Got it? So what is second disadvantage? Simulation results are difficult to simulation results are difficult to interpret. But today, this is not a disadvantage because vendors have developed output analysis capabilities within their package. But today, simulation results are not difficult to interpret because vendors have developed packages for output analysis too. Vendors have developed packages for output analysis too. Got it? So the third disadvantage is that simulation modeling and analysis can be time consuming and expensive. Simulation modeling and analysis can be time consuming and expensive. Okay. I'm skimming on resource for modeling and analysis could result in a simulation model or analysis that is not sufficient to the task. What I said, it's a time consuming and expensive, but today I say even this is not a disadvantage because simulation can be performed faster than yesterday. Because today vendors have developed a simulation software, simulation packages, which perform faster than yesterday and will be even faster tomorrow. Okay, because of advances in hardware that permit rapid running of scenarios and advances in simulation packages. Got it? The third disadvantage, what I'm saying, simulation modeling and analysis are time consuming and expensive. But today, vendors, because of competency, many vendors are developing a simulation package. Each of the package, okay, runs very faster than yesterday and even more faster tomorrow. Okay, clear? And because of competency, even the simulation packages, softwares have become inexpensive. Got it? So this is about disadvantage of simulation. Clear with this? So I think now you're clear with the advantages and disadvantages of simulation. Clear? So you can expect a question in your main exam, either a question on appropriate and not appropriate, question on advantages and disadvantages of simulation. So now we'll proceed further and have a look at the areas of application where simulation model is applied. Okay. So I listed variety of applications here. One is what I'm saying, manufacturing application. When simulations will be applied in manufacturing industries, semiconductor manufacturing, even construction engineers use simulation. Okay, project management. Okay, even in military applications we have simulations. Logistics, that is courier, supply chain and distribution application. Transportation modes and traffic, business process simulation, healthcare, automated material handling system, risk analysis. Okay, risk analysis is very important. Computer simulation, network simulation. So these are some areas of application. Now let me have in detail about this application. Okay, so I tell you those applications which you can easily remember. So network simulation, I need not have to tell much on this because on your previous academic semester, I have worked with network simulator. Is it? You have asked to configure a network using NS2. Clear? You have simulated ping. Got it? So network simulation means I want to set up the network. Okay, what are the type of network that I can simulate rather than acquiring the nodes, router, and build a real network. Let me check through network simulator and evaluate the performance. Then we will build a real network. Got it? So next, military applications. Let me tell you about military applications. Frequency based design for terminating simulations. A peace enforcement example. Okay. In military applications, okay, we can assess technology effects military, how simulation is applicable in military. Okay, there we can assess how technology affects on human performance, how technology affects on human performance through threat space development and evaluation. Okay, coming to logistics, supply chain and distribution applications. Okay, we can have inventory analysis in a server computer manufacturing environment. Inventory analysis in a server computer manufacturing environment. Okay, next is we can have analysis of international departure passenger flows in an airport terminal. We can have online simulation of pedestrians flow in public building. Got it? These are some cases of logistics, supply chain, and distribution application. Now coming to transportation modes and traffic. Okay, transportation modes and traffic. We can simulate aircraft delay absorption. We can simulate aircraft delay absorption. Runway schedule determination can be optimized. Runway schedule, okay, determination can be optimized. Okay, so we can simulate freeway merging and diverging behavior. Yeah. So next, coming to manufacturing applications. Okay, we can model. Okay, in manufacturing applications. What I said. Let me tell you one thing. Dynamic modeling of continuous manufacturing systems. Next, benchmarking of stochastic production planning model in a simulation test bed. So I repeat, benchmarking of a stochastic production planning model in a simulation test bed. Okay, what actually stochastic means? I developed a simulation model. My model may need a random inputs. A model that takes random inputs we call stochastic. Okay, so random input may result in random output. So modeling for quality and productivity and steel cord manufacturing. Shared resource capacity analysis in biotech manufacturing. Okay. Next, in semiconductor manufacturing, coming to semiconductor manufacturing, constant time interval production planning. Constant time interval production planning with application to work in process control. Accelerating products under due oriented dispatching rules. Design framework for automated material handling systems in 300 mm water fabrication factories. Making optimal design decisions for next generation dispensing tools. Got it. So next, we'll see how simulation is applicable in construction engineering and project management. Okay, we can have impact. We can have visual about impact of multitasking and merge bias on procurement of complex equipment. Okay, next, application of lean concepts and simulation for drainage operation maintenance crews. Building a virtual shop model for steel fabrication. Simulation of the residential lumber supply chain. Okay, so next we'll have healthcare. Okay, in healthcare, healthcare, all simulations applicable. Okay, modeling front office and patient care in ambulatory healthcare practices. Modeling front office and patient care in ambulatory healthcare practices. Evaluation of hospital operations between the emergency department and a medical telemetry unit. Evaluation of hospital operations between the emergency department and a medical telemetry unit. Estimating maximum capacity in an emergency room. Estimating maximum capacity in an emergency room. We can make use of simulation in an healthcare to estimate what may be the maximum capacity in an emergency room. Reducing the length of stay in an emergency department. How to reduce the length of the queue, length of the stay in an emergency department. Clear? Similarly, next coming to business process of, simulation. Okay. In business process simulation, agent-based modeling and simulation of store performance for personalized pricing. Visualization of probabilistic business models. Modeling and simulation of a telephone call center. This business process simulation, we have a very good example in call center, which you are going to study in our future sessions. There's something known as Able Baker call center problem. We can simulate the call center, okay, to know the utilization of servers, got it, and what can be the average service time to respond to any user, any customer, got it. Next, human fatigue risk simulation in continuous operations. Optimization of a telecommunications billing system. Segmenting the customer base for maximum returns. Got it? So this is about the areas of applications. Got it? So clear? So, and I repeat, in this session, we have had a discussion about advantages and disadvantages of simulation. I said, what has to specify something to be disadvantages, they are not disadvantages at present day because of advancement in simulation software and packages. Next, we had a discussion about areas of application. With this, I'm going to wind my session. Thank you.